Okay, I hope you're ready to implement this in code now. So we start by looking at the demo project I've provided you with. First of all, we only have to concern ourselves for now with this bottom left part of the project. So we have the direct input controls, W for moving up, S for moving down, A left, D right. And if I press space, my character jumps. And the thing I want to implement now is one of these confusion mechanics you tend to see in some games. If I think on Bomberman from my childhood on the Super Nintendo, you could get one of those negative items. And if you get this, your input gets completely randomized. And you don't know if you press right what the player is going to do. So for example, if you press then right, the guy is going to lay a bomb. And if you press left, it moves up. If you press down, it moves right, and so on. The input is completely randomized for a few seconds. And that's what we're going to implement now. So if I press randomize input here, you see, I don't know what my buttons are going to do. And if I press space now, the character moves down. If I press up, the character moves up. Okay, so that didn't change. If I press left, he jumps, right, he moves right, and S, he moves left. Now let's randomize it again. Now if I press space, he jumps, randomize again, moves down, randomize again, moves up. So every time I randomize it, the input gets remapped. So that's more a little funny way to do it, but you can also use exactly the same method to just remap your input in an options menu. Now let's have a look at how you can do this in code. First of all, we're going to create an interface. And if you're not familiar with interfaces, you really should look at them. They are important for this design pattern. And in theory, you can implement it without interfaces, but it's way cleaner if you use interfaces. So please look it up if you don't know what that is. So we create an interface. We call it IInputCommand, and it just has one method, the execute method, which has a parameter, the player motor. And the player motor is the class that just moves our player. So this class has methods like move left, move right, jump, move up, move down, and so on. So it's just what makes our player move. And we then create two classes, a move up command and a move down command. And both of those classes implement this interface. And they perform the action, whatever it is that this command should do. So in this case, the player motor that is given as a parameter is moved up or down. Next, let's look at the input commander, or whatever you want to say to this class. We've got a few instance variables. One is the player motor, and then we've got those two commands. And as you can see, those commands are not the move up or move down command. It's just the interface IInput command. So this is the layer of abstraction that's put in here. And then in the awake method, we just assign the move up command to the W command and the move down command to the S command. And that way, if you just say, if you press W, call the W command. If you press S, call the S command. And we've decoupled the input from the action that should be done when the input is pressed. So you can easily remap W command and S command to be the opposite. For example, if you just do this, W command equals move down, you just switch if you move up or move down. And that's the real benefit from using the command design pattern for input controls. Now, the next thing I want to do with you is to make the character input remappable. We're going to start from a hard-coded input, and we're going to create a remappable input out of this. I hope you learned something in this video, and if you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions, you can ask them in the comment section below. Also, if you want to learn how to create a rewind/undo mechanic with this design pattern, head over to my Design Patterns course over at Udemy. There I dive far deeper into the topic and give you access to top quality exercises. If that sounds interesting, make sure to follow the link in the description below. The first 100 subscribers get a discount on the course. Anyways, see you in the next video.